Welcome to Evergreen Speedway's Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11.
Well, hello and welcome to Home Track Heroes here on Seattle 11, presented by Gene Johnson Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. I'm Derek Todoroff, Discount Caleb Hart. Alongside me today is Ben Iman. Welcome to the booth, Ben.
It's good to be here, Derek. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's nice to have you here in the studio. Your debut here on the program.
Correct. I'm excited to be here. I've had a chance to see these cars on track and previous, and I'm excited to catch them today in the booth this week.
Tonight is APC Auto Spa Night. We got some amazing classes ahead for you, including our Legends, Mini Stock, Superstock Figure 8s, Youth Hornets, and of course, crowning it all off with our winged sprint cars. We will go first here in just a moment to our INX Legends B main event featuring 6 cars. Ben, why don't you take us away with their lineup?
Thank you. Well, we're taking a look at the front here. We're going to see the 55 car of Bella Luce out of Issaquah, Washington. Joined alongside that 42 car in blue, that's Piper Alton out of Port Angeles.
Row number 2 sees the North Bend Chevrolet 24 machine out of Everett. That's Chase Jensen on the inside. The outside, Flowmaster Gutters number 20 out of Lake Stevens. That's Damian Harris.
And rounding out the last two, it's the 27D of Dakota Grachala out of Snohomish. She's sponsored by Weather Right Roofing. And the 51Z out of Tacoma, the McMullen construction car, that's John Zaretsky.
6 cars in this B main event. 3 of them will transfer into our A main later on in the night. Lights are out around the pace cars. We get ready to go racing here in just a moment. John Zaretsky, a bit of a surprise seeing this race. You see, he had to change cars between heat races and now.
That obviously is going to have him here in the B main, but he might be a threat to make his way through this field and find his way into the A main later tonight.
That he may. Pace car pulls on off as they make their way through turn number 3, exiting off of turn number 4, looking to the flag stand. And we are green flag racing INX Legends here into turn number 1 in their B main event. Early on, you see John Zaretsky taken to the high side, making the pass there against Harris and Jensen, going to go all the way up into 3rd and right into that final transfer spot almost immediately. See the 55 of Luce, the 42 of Alton, running there in 1st and 2nd. Zaretsky going to make the move to the inside in turn number 1 here. 1 lap down, 19 to go.
Yeah, quick moves by JZ. John Zaretsky's moved his way up, but we also got to take a look at that 42 car. Piper Alton making the move. Currently leads this thing here. And we're all taking a look a little further back. We'll see who grabs that 3rd transfer spot as they come across the line here.
Right now it is Luce in control there, driving the number 55, but Zaretsky and Alton safe at the moment, pulling away from the rest of the field. Jensen, Harris, and Grachala battling it out here, 4 through 6, you see at the center of your screen.
Yeah, we're going to see if John Zaretsky's going to maybe look to size up a move here on Piper Alton. Obviously, 1, 2, 3 doesn't really matter, all going to get you into that A main, but obviously you want to come home first if you can. JZ working out that 51Z, might have a run down the back stretch here, or maybe we'll just look to set something up here into turn 3 and 4.
See him poking real high, riding through those corners on the edge of the track. You also see him do it here, down the front stretch and the back stretch. Then he's not taken his traditional super low line we've seen in years and races past as we drop back, battle for the 5th place spot. Harris on the outside gets passed by Grachala.
That good move there, Dakota Grachala. She slips up, currently up into 4th. She's going to look to run down the 55 of Bella Luce for that final transfer spot with 15 more laps to go here in this B main.
Yeah, we're 5 laps in, 4th, 5th, 6th there on your screen. Up front, though, Zaretsky taken to the high side against Piper Alton's number 42, trying to make the pass for the lead off of turn number 4. They're going to be neck and neck coming across the line. Timing says still Alton. No, Zaretsky to the point as he makes the pass there through turn number 1.
Yeah, clears it there into turn 1, now down to the backstretch. We've seen that 51Z previous this year like to make that high line work, making it work here in the B main. Going to move up into 1st, John Zaretsky.
JZ leads us there, 7 down, 13 remain. Alton, Luce, your other 2 transfer cars at the moment, followed by Grachala, Harris, and Jensen.
Yeah, it looks like maybe the 27D might have a move here, catching up on Bella Luce as Dakota Grachala. Is she going to make the move down the inside here? Looking to set it up, sticks it in there, keeps it going as they come down the front stretch.
Poking the nose in there, trying to find a way around. Grachala right in that low lane, sticking to the white line on the inside of 1 and 2. Exiting off and down the backstretch, going to be clear of the 55. Here comes Damian Harris, also clearing into turn 3.
Yeah, Damian Harris, nice job taking advantage of that move. followed Gruchala as she led her way, made the gap to make the pass. Harris capitalizes. Now Luce is going to have to fight to get that spot back.
It's a tough thing to do. Grab these spots. Once some of these cars get in front of you, you lack that advantage to block, take away their lines. You're the one suddenly needing to go out of your way to make a move.
Gruchala here, she looks like she's being able to put some space back to those 2 cars following behind of Harris. And it looks like Luce as well. Yeah, now look at that down the backstretch, just pulling away. We take a look at our leaders again. John Zaretsky still pulling away from Piper Alton, keeping that gap. And Jay-Z down the fence side, still in the lead.
Passing the halfway mark. We have 9 remaining in this one. Zaretsky still out front. Alton not too far back, keeping seemingly pace with the driver of the 51Z, Gruchala. Not even in the shot, unfortunately, as that's the dominance you've seen out of your top 2 cars in this division. Coming across the line, the 27D not even exiting off of 4.
Yeah, you can see that big gap back to Dakota Gruchala from Piper Alton. Alton doing a good job in that 42 car, keeping it within striking distance of that 51Z. We'll see if one of these 2 cars you're looking at right now, we'll see if one of them has a chance to get to that 3rd sponsor chop. That's Harris, that's Luce. Right now, Dakota Gruchala, she occupies that final transfer spot with 7 to go.
Yeah, that's where it's going to come down to, is this spot right here, as your leaders 1st and 2nd already pulled very far away. Might see a battle for 4th brewing between Harris and Luce there.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe Alton has something for John Zaretsky, starting to close that gap down with 6 to go. They come around turn 1 and 2, and the 42 car might look to set something up here for the 51Z. Alton maybe wants to take the win here in the B main away from John Zaretsky.
You play your cards right in a race like this. What you can do is wait, bide your time, and then set up a move to the high side, force a mistake, give yourself the low side. Almost saw it right there as Zaretsky slid up into the middle groove. Alton poked to the low lane, unable to make the pass there. So we've got 5 more remaining, soon to be 4 when they cross back across the line.
I wonder if Zaretsky's starting to look in the mirror and see that 42 card coming hard. We'll see if Piper Alton has anything for John Zaretsky here. As they come back around, Zaretsky does well to hold that low line, playing defensively. Does Alton have a lunge as she looks to set up her move down the back stretch?
Look into that low side. Is 51Z not able to hold a steady line, it seems. Floating from the bottom all the way up into the middle groove. 42 just sticking right there on the bottom of the track. Whenever she's going through these corners, this clock winding down, it'll be 2 to go and they cross the line.
She's going to have to look to make a move here soon. Again, now looking to make the inside move into 1 and 2. Not there. Zaretsky covers her off. Holding well. You can see that huge gap back to the Dakota Gruchala. She's currently running 3rd and in that final transfer spot. Oh.
Car around, that's the 55 of Bella Luce, was running 5th. Looks like we got a replay to show you. As Luce spins in turn number 1. Here is the shot from the front stretch, looking over there. Luce coming across and just looks like car stepping out on her, spinning around in turn number 1, parks it at the top of the track. Great racing we've seen so far between those top 2, Alton and Zaretsky. Gotta wonder if anyone can catch those 2.
Yeah, we'll only have a couple more laps here as we come back. Just taking a look, but we're all racked and stacked now. Maybe Piper Alton has something on the jump for John Zaretsky?
That's where a lot of things can happen, is on these restarts. You make the right move, time it out properly. You can set yourself up for success. See Alton riding around middle groove of the track. See if something comes of that.
Also, let's take a look at that 20 car Damian Harris starting next to Dakota Gruchala. She's going to need a good jump to keep that 3rd transfer stop alive. We'll have a little 2-lap shootout as we come back around 3 and 4, and we'll nab that green flag as we come around.
Working their way through turn number 3. Inside Zaretsky, outside is Alton. Then Gruchala and Harris, that's your top 4. Gruchala holding on to the final transfer spot. Zaretsky holding on to the lead. Out of 4, looking to the flag stand. Back in the air, the green flag waves.
It looks like Jay-Z just got a great jump there. It was a good jump from Alton. She's doing everything she can. It looks like she might still have a run down here as they come down the backstretch, but Jay-Z showing that experience with an even better jump.
Anyone else, and I think Alton would have had it, but as they exit off of 4, a white flag is going to fly. One more trip around the 3/8 oval for John Zaretsky, your race leader. Alton still running in 2nd. Gruchala going to try and hold on to 3rd.
Alton's going to have to find something here. Look to set something up down that backstretch. Will she have anything in that 42 car? As they come around the turn one more time, she's looking to get to the bumper. It doesn't look like it's going to be there. No, John Zaretsky brings it home in our Legend B main event.
And so, based off of that, it will be Zaretsky and then Gruchala and the number 42 of Alton, all making it into the A main event tonight. Coming up here is our Nelson Motorsports Youth Hornets, giving you the lineup as they come across the line, led by the James Peak Honest Transmission 67 out of Snohomish, that's Kylie Ann Surian, and the Resch Printing 35J out of Maltby, that's Hawk Jenkins.
Look back, row 2, it's the General Car Wash 31, driven by Lila Mashburn out of Marysville. And the Papa Tony Hill 65 out of Monroe, that's Bryson Wingfield.
Number 4 on the inside of row number 3, Weatherite Roofing, number 4 of Taylor Thompson, that's out of Snohomish. Calvin Dillaverne drives the number 46 outside row 3.
We got the 11, the Custom Auto Repair Specialist Cars car out of Bellevue, that's Keegan Mooney. And in that, I believe 14, that's Clint McCowan.
Next in line, the 23 out of Monroe, sponsored by DL Enterprises, that's Alexis Tubbs. And the Weatherite Roofing 32 is Sawyer Holden out of Snohomish.
And last but certainly not least, the Misfit Motorsports 01 out of Arlington, that's Tanner Bjornson.
These drivers will have 20 laps around the 1/5 mile oval. They work their way through turn 3. I think they're going to get the one to go this time by. Dominance has been the name of the game so far for the driver of the 01, Tanner Bjornson. Question right now, can anyone break through and make it to victory lane?
Yeah, I think there's a couple cars here who have a good shot. That 01 has shown a lot of speed and a lot of control so far. If he picks his lines right and he stays steady, he might find his way back to victory lane as well.
We shall see. Moving through 3, exiting off of turn number 4. Here we go racing. Green flag in the air for the Nelson Motorsports Youth Hornets.
Looks like it's a good jump. Kylie Ann Surian looking to hold that lead as they come through 1-0. We're going to get a little 3-wide action potentially for second. Hawk Jenkins, Bryson Wingfield all getting involved in that. But right now, Surian running away with the lead.
Wingfield cornering very, very well there. Running that inside line against Hawk Jenkins, trying to capitalize, also go up against Mashburn, who's driving that 31. See Wingfield solidly into second now. Mooney all over the back bumper as, Mashburn gets tagged by the 35J. And around goes Mashburn here in turn number 4. We'll see if we stay green, what the 31 can do. And we will not. Caution flag flies here on lap number 2 of the Nelson Motorsports Youth Hornets. We got, looks to be 2 replays, 2 different shots here. What happened into turn 3.
Yeah, it looks like Lila Mashburn on the outside here. Hawk Jenkins trying to go on the inside, just tagged that rear end, center around. It looks like she also got, I think Keegan Mooney ended up running into the 31 after here. You can see the lunge down the inside from the 35J. An aggressive line just tags the back end of that 31 into the Uke tire. And then, yes, it was the 11 of Mooney who applied that second hit to Mashburn.
Yeah, and Mashburn takes that hit into the Uke tire. That's a hard one, and you've seen a lot of more experienced drivers take that hit, and happy to hear that she is okay as we have the lights back on the pace car. 18 to go in this one. Up front, Kylie Ann Surian, Bryson Wingfield. Then it appears to be...
Looks like Hawk Jenkins. Is he out there currently?
I'm seeing Hawk Jenkins and Tanner Bjornson in 3rd and 4th. Then the 4-car of Thompson rounding out your top 5.
Yeah, we'll see the lights out here on our pace car. We'll take that little turn into pit lane. A single file restart here. Green flag in the air. We're back underway. Another good jump for Surian. She's going to look to maintain this lead, see if she can hold the lead all the way out. But she's going to have to watch out. That 01 car, there he is, down the inside of Hawk Jenkins, moving his way into 3rd place. If Tanner Bjornson has anything to say it, that 67's in trouble.
Yeah, one of the nice things for a driver like Kylie Ann Surian in this class is they do single file restarts. Most of our classes do double file or a Delaware style. And in this situation, gives a little bit more of an advantage, especially when you have a powerhouse like Bjornson hard charging through the field. If you're Surian, you're thankful to have those extra gaps. See the 65 running that low side, going to force Bjornson up to the high.
Yeah, the 01's making that high line work so far. Got down the inside of Hawk Jenkins, now trying to go around the outside of Bryson Wingfield. Wingfield holds the line here, though. As they come back across the line, it looks like it will be Surian, then Wingfield, but here comes the 01, Tanner Bjornson.
You see Bjornson up on that higher lane. The 6-7 also going higher, while the 65 sticking to the low groove. Might be the advantage that Wingfield needs to hold on to position, as we've still got quite a bit of racing left. Bjornsson contending with your race leaders with 14 to go.
Yeah, 14. Kylie Ansurian looking like she's trying to play some defense the best she can. 0-1 looks like trying to make the move down here. Wingfield keeps that car straight, but loses a little bit of speed as he got loose. The 0-1's going to have a run down. We'll see if he clears. He does. Tanner Bjornsson up into second.
Now Bjornsson going to have the run, crossing over, going for that lead spot. 6-7 on the outside, and unfortunately not going to work as two cars collide at 65 and the 67. Caution is out.
Man, a tough break there for the 67 Kylie Ansurian and the 65 Bryson Wingfield. We're taking a look at the in-car cam of the 67 Kylie Ansurian coming around. There's Tanner Bjornsson. Oh, just nowhere for her to go. Wingfield was just low. Looked like she was trying to come in and hit her spot. We'll take a look. Yeah, Bryson Wingfield trying to send it down that inside. Just collected the back end of the 67.
Real unfortunate to see for both those drivers who were up front. More racing to come as we finish the Youth Hornets and more here in just a moment here on Seattle 11 Home Track Heroes. Welcome back to Home Track Heroes here on Seattle 11, sponsored by Gene Johnson Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. I'm Derek Todoroff, the over-the-counter brand version of Caleb Hart. Alongside me today is Ben Iman. All our action today brought to you by some of our amazing partners, including Evergreen Health Monroe. When your need for speed gets the best of you and you end up needing stitches or having bone set, Evergreen Health Monroe is your full-service community hospital ready to take care of you when you need them most. It's Evergreen Health Monroe helping us bring all this action to you here on a lovely Sunday afternoon. How are you doing today, Ben?
I'm doing well. Looks like we're about ready to get back underway. 13 laps here in our Nelson Motorsports Youth Hornets. Kylie Ansurian in that 67 is your leader. Bryson Wingfield runs second. Tanner Bjornsson runs third. Obviously that caution. Oh, Bjornsson running way wide, almost running it like the tri-oval, carrying a lot of speed down in 3 and 4. We reset after the caution. Surian still your leader.
Yeah, you see 0-1 really loves to take that higher road. Struggling to get around the 65 so far. Wingfield holding on to the second place spot. We'll see how long that lasts as he looks to give up the inside. Might try the crossover though, exiting off of 4. Slides back into the second place spot with the crossover move through 3 and 4.
Yeah, great move there by the 65. Try to keep it going. Learned the lesson after bumping into the leader. Kylie Ansurian caused the caution now. Was a little more patient, took his time trying to get through that one, although Tanner Bjornsson doing well, gets down low, blocks off the crossover that time, and Tanner Bjornsson's moved his way up into second. With 10 laps, is going to look to hunt down the leader.
10 laps, a lot of time, half the race to work with. As we jump back to a further battle, it's a 35J on the inside, 32 on the outside. Battle for 5th as Jenkins and Holden going at it. Here comes Keegan Mooney trying to grab a position out of all this. Contact between the 32 and the 35J. It's Mooney now right on top of him.
Sawyer Holden in that 32 and Hawk Jenkins beating and banging those doors. They're trying to get around Keegan Mooney, like you said, in that 11 cars. Maybe just sitting there and being like, hey, I'll take whatever's left over after this battle.
Hey, sometimes that's the wise move. Put yourself in the right place at the right time. The 35J slides up the track. Looks to take some air off of the 32 as here we are riding alongside. The 01 is Kylie Ansurian. See her in-car view here as they go side by side for the lead. On the outside, Surian, a slide right in behind, not able to pull off the crossover move, and to the point goes Tanner Bjornsson.
Yeah, Bjornsson's had a lot of speed in that 01 car. We've seen it. Kylie Surian's done a great job playing defense. You see how hard she's having to yank that wheel around in that 67 machine to get it around these turns. And that awesome in-car camera. Right now, Tanner Bjornsson starting to pull away. Now your leader. We'll see how much space he can put on 67. Does Kylie Ansurian have anything for the speed of that 01?
You gotta wonder, but never count anyone out in a sport like this. Ansurian, you see all the wheel work that goes into piloting one of these cars around the track. Always great and really awesome to see how different drivers handle different tracks. As the 1/5 mile oval, don't run too much on this one. See Surian using her hands, gripping the wheel, and piloting around this track.
Yeah, if you look out the windshield of the in-car camera, you can see Tanner Bjornsson coming up on the bumper of another car. That's lap traffic. That looks like to be, not quite sure who that might be actually at the moment, but
Calvin Dillaverne.
It's Calvin Dillaverne. All right, we'll see if Dillaverne plays any factor into this one. So the 01, you can see, wow, look how close Tanner Bjornsson, with it. Cut back to it now on the left side of your screen. Bjornsson's going to look to try to run down Dilliver and see if he can get around. Dilliver spins. Oh, no! Looks like the 01, that's the leader. Tanner Bjornsson's caught up in that. Kylie Ansurian's around the outside. Bjornsson's got to get back on track. The 67's back into the lead.
And you see Surian in the lead. Bjornsson running in the second place spot. Now Wingfield coming to try and steal away second after that incident. White flag in the air one more time around the 1/5 mile.
Looks like the 01 gets a little loose there. The 65's giving everything he can. Bryson Wingfield trying to get back to second. Tanner Bjornsson, the leader, is going to have to shoot it down the inside. Not there. Doesn't look like it. No. Kylie Surian in the 67 brings it home.
It's going to be Bjornsson in second, Wingfield in third. What a great race from our Nelson Motorsports Youth Hornets. We will head on down to the Angel of the Wind's winner's circle to check in with your podium finishers.
Bryson, great race today. How you feeling?
Feel really good.
Feeling really good. How good does it feel to bring that car home third today?
It feels really good. I mean, it's not as fast as it was on the Trioba last time, but we made it work. But I noticed I hit the Uke tire, but we managed to stay in place.
That's awesome. Who helped you get out here today?
I had to say thank Uncle Alan, my papa, my mom, my sister. I had to. All these fans are coming out, and I had to sponsor the High Friday Band for tonight.
Awesome. Give it up for Bryson Wingfield. Tanner, a couple wins earlier in the year, second place today. How does it feel to be back up on the podium?
Really good.
Real good. Got collected there late, but walk me through when you came back to the restart, you had to pick back up. What went through your head?
Finish the race as fast as I can.
Finish the race. Who helped you to finish the race today?
My dad.
Yeah.
Weishead Steel, Still Auto Parts, Tire Pros of Arlington, Olympic Embroidery, my mom, my dad, my grandma, my brother for welding a really good bumper. Everyone that came out here today, and my YouTube channel, Misfit Motorsports.
Awesome. Let's give it up to the 01, Tanner Bjornsson. Kylie, how good does it feel to be the race winner tonight?
I cannot believe it. I'm completely, stunned.
Stunned is a great way. You led so many laps. Tanner got around you, but a late race contact allowed you to get back around. What do you have to do to bring it all the way home?
Just confidence and motivation, but Tanner definitely put up a good fight.
Who would you like to thank to helping you get out here tonight?
I like to thank Chip Happens, Honest Transmission, and Waltz Woodco, and my dad, my mom, my grandma, and everyone that came out.
Perfect. Let's give it up. Your race winner, Kylie Ansurian.
Great racing action there from our Nelson Motorsports Youth Hornets. Moving on into our INX Legends. Ben, you know, these guys can be a lot of fun to watch around this track.
These guys can be a ton of fun. You can see a massive field of them that we have tonight. We're super excited to put all these cars on track. And let's get you the names and numbers of some of these drivers. Why don't we start up front? We got the 11 car of Danny Arnold, and out of Prosser, and that car sponsored by Mazda of Everett, the 66 of Gabe Sessler.
Next row in, the 68 Kaylee Decker out of Duval, sponsored by Lewis and Maine, and the 11C of Chad Sinner out of Redmond, sponsored by Mazda of Everett as well.
Row 3, we got the Weather Right Roofing number 30. That's Mike Holden out of Snohomish. And next to him, the LB Motorsports 13 out of Linwood, Jeremiah Johnson.
Weather Right Roofing also riding along with the 10 of Chris Thompson. He's out of Snohomish. And out of Comedo Island, the Dirt Cheap Sewer 30B is Braden Wager.
Next up, the 33, Kyle Lang out of Snohomish. That car sponsored by Phillips Law Firm. And next to him, it's the 20X Andrew Reel.
The 40 Machine, sponsored by Sharp Transportation out of Mercer Island. That's Samantha Schwartz. Next to her, that's the 65 of Nathan Adams.
The 43, that car is sponsored by Lineup 7 Embroidering of Dylan. That's Dylan Wolf. Next to Wolf, the 09, Cole Alton. He's out of Port Angeles.
In the number 98 Machine, sponsored by Ken Collision Center. Out of Tacoma, that's Aaron Flett. Out of Bellevue, alongside him, sponsored by Optimus Construction. Driving the number 11M is Rick McNeil.
We got the 76C out of there. That car sponsored by Burgess Construction and Washington Deck Builder out of Edmonds. Give it up for Josh Vlock. And the 19, Jaden Luce, is out of Issaquah.
Sponsored by TriMed Ambulance and hailing from Pacific, Washington. Number 37 machine is Mason Nelson. Sponsored by Mr. Dizzy Motorsports out of Snohomish. The 1 is Marissa Sawin.
We've got the 15D of Davis Jacobson out of Bonnie Lake, sponsored by Evergreen Concrete Cutting. And hey, it's the 51Z, our B-main winner, John Zaretsky out of Tacoma, sponsored by McMullen Construction.
Your final 2 drivers both transferring out of the B-main, Piper Alton out of Port Angeles in the 42. Out of Snohomish, this 27D is Dakota Gruchala. Here we go. Green flag in the air as they roll off at turn number 4 for the INX Legends in their A main event. Danny Arnold running on the low side, but it's going to be poking ahead. Last year's champion, the number 66 of Gabe Sessler, making his homecoming here to Evergreen Speedway. Chad Sinner running now, joining him in the top 3.
Got multiple cars making that high line work so far. We're going to get some standings here up in just a second. So far, Gabe Sessler, Chad Sinner, that's the ones we're looking at. Kaylee Decker in that 68 has moved up into 3rd. There we go. Jeremiah Johnson in that 13 is going to make the high line work. The 11 car, Danny Arnold sliding slightly. Next, the 30B, Braden Wager's trying to make that high line move. Not sure if he's quite cleared that one. No, doesn't look like it quite yet. But that's your front 3, Sessler, Sinner, Decker.
Yeah, up front, these are 3 fast cars. I mean, only 2 different people have ever won Evergreen Speedway's INX Legends Championship over the course of the season. Those 2 people are Gabe Sessler and Chad Sinner, currently your race leaders.
Yeah, we'll see if we get to watch those 2 battle it out throughout the night. Traffic a little further back. Kyle Lang, that's the 33 car, is trying to get down the inside of the 10. You can look a little further back. Maybe Kaylee Decker's got a run on Chad Sinner. She's starting to close up in that 3rd spot. See all those cars creeping around turns 3 and 4. Sessler still your leader. Sinner looking to close him down.
You saw Lang get by Thompson through turn number 4 at the back end of your screen. That battle will continue to rage as we focus still up front here on Sessler and Sinner, with Decker closing the gap, as is Mike Holden, who's driving the 30, running right now in the 4th place spot. Jeremiah Johnson in 5th.
A small gap starting to separate between maybe this leader group and a little further group back as we take a look. Yeah, there's John Zaretsky. We can see him there. Danny Arnold slipped a little bit further back. Now we'll cut back to our leader, Sinners, sizing up a move on Sessler. Looks down the inside. Sessler closes it off, says, "Not yet, sir." Holds that low line, keeps it around the back straight. We'll see if Sinner can set up anything into 3 and 4.
These 2 responsible for some of our greatest finishes in INX Legends history. Last year, we saw the 2 of them come to a photo finish. Now we got the caution in the air. Car around. It appears to be the number 19, Jaden Luce. In turn number 3, got some replays for you. Here is the ride along from Aaron Flett.
Oh.
Yeah, Luce looks like just goes off of the backstretch into the dirt and unfortunately takes it around.
And here's the front view from the 37 Mason Nelson. Yeah, just whoa. Ran way too high up, caught that grass up on the inside. On the outside, excuse me. Yeah, took the little, looks like caught a little air over there. That caused Luce to spin around. Good job by all the drivers to avoid the contact there, Derek. Didn't collect anyone else, but it looks like we'll just be able to rack them and stack them back up and get rolling again.
That we should be able to do. Great race so far, especially up front between Sessler and Sinner. So we'll have 24 laps to go. When we get restarted, lights go out on the pace car 1 till green. Sessler, Sinner up front. Then it's Decker, Holden. See if we get a nice shot there. You see Arnold on the outside of Johnson, then Lang and Wager, then Reel and Thompson rounding out your top 10 drivers right now. Sessler and Sinner up front, right alongside one another, leading their way through turn number 3.
You talk about we've got our 2 leaders up front, our 2 previous champions up front. But there's been a lot of speed further down this pack as we get going again. Green flag in the air. Great jump for Sessler. Sinner caught out a little bit now. Kaylee Decker's going to stick down the inside. Sinner's going to have to make that higher line work, but gets enough speed out of 2. We'll be able to clear the 68 of Kaylee Decker, holds on to 2nd.
And you see your top 6 all go single file, but behind them it is quite chaotic. It's now a move being made for 5th. That's Kyle Lang going to the inside of Jeremiah Johnson. Lang has been a very good driver in these past few years, unable to win the title as multiple cars around.
Is that a car exiting too?
Davis Jacobson exiting the track. It looks like the 43 of Dylan Wolf involved in this incident. We got replayer 2 to show you. Here's the ride along with Wolf. Wolf spins around.
Whoa.
Ooh, takes the right front off of Josh Vlock 76C. Right front fender comes off of that one. Here's the view from our cameras.
Oh, whoa, yeah, I see what you're saying. Davis Jacobson just having to use the entrance to pit lane like an escape road, it almost looked like, trying to avoid the spin of Dylan Wolf. V-Lock collected in that one. We'll see how those two respond.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see. Congrats to Davis Jacobson. He had a lot of speed when he exited off of the 3/8. Managed to keep it off the wall despite how fast that car was going. We regrid him up. Not too much changed in the top 10. One of those big ones being your outside of row 3 is now the 33 machine of Kyle Lang. He'll be behind Mike Holden and Chad Sinner. Then it's inside is Sessler, Decker, and Johnson for your first 3 rows. Pace car pulls on off and they roll into 3. Making their way slowly through there. Everyone all tight, close together. 7 laps in, 23 to go. They see the green flag once more. Sessler leads him into turn number 1. Jumping out to the early lead. Decker might have a run here on the 11C up the inside line. Not able to make it through as Sinner almost clears, not quite. Same sort of situation back in the battle for the 5th place spot as Holden might try and take it 3 wide for 2nd.
Yeah, looks like Decker trying to get down the inside of Sinner. They're going door to door as they come around the front stretch and into turns 1 and 2. Decker had a really good jump the first restart, but Sinner was able to close the door. This second time around, it looks like give the advantage to Kaylee Decker.
Yeah, Decker going to get by, and it looks like now problems for Sinner in the form of the 30 of Holden and the 33 of Kyle Lang, both coming to take that final podium spot away. Andrew Reel entering the mix as well in the number 20 car.
Yeah, it looks like Kyle Lang's going to try to shoot down low. It looks like that 30 car has gotten around. Mike Holden has cleared and is up into 4th, and now he's up into 3rd. Now Kyle Lang's up into 4th. Chad Sinner's having no luck on that outside line, slipping now. Here comes Andrew Reel down the inside. Man, Sinner made that outside lane work so much earlier. Not sure what happened there, but he slipped down like a rock in the lake.
A lot of those powerhouse cars we talked about earlier back in the field have made their way up to the front. We pass 11 to go. Cars around. Caution flag gonna fly as the 65 gets tagged. That's Nathan Adams. 98 of Flett involved. And I think Davis Jacobson pulling on to the 5/8 once again as we got one replay here. Looking at this one, they spin, unfortunately, just tagging the 65.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
We will finish up the INX Legends after these messages. Welcome back to Home Track Heroes here on Seattle 11, presented by Gene Johnson Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. I'm Derek Todoroff, the generic version of Caleb Hart. Alongside me today is Ben Iman. Welcome to the studio, Ben.
Thank you, Derek. I'm really excited to be here and really excited to be enjoying all this action alongside you and everyone at home catching this viewing of Home Track Heroes.
Yeah, the INX Legends here all lined up, getting ready to roll once again. 19 to go in their main event. Sessler and Decker on point. Now, we've seen Decker work that low lane very well. Unfortunately for her, she is on the higher groove now. What can she do? Can she get a good jump against the defending champion?
Looks like we're coming to speed. Green flag in the air. Gabe Sessler controls the restart well, gets to that low end. Yeah, no answer for Kaylee Decker. We'll see if she's got anything, but Gabe Sessler's been so strong on those restarts. But look to the top. It's the 33, Kyle Lang, who's made his way around on the high side, trying to get around what seems to be the 30 of Mike Holden. We've got Sinner and Andrew Reel battling it back a little bit further back. A lot of cars still in the mix for those 2nd and 3rd spots, although it seems like Sessler and Decker have...
Car around. Schwartz gets around, unfortunately tags the 11M of Rick McNeil. Caution flag will fly.
It's like McNeil. Oh, we got a car in the grass like a lion in the Serengeti.
Pulling on out and rejoining the field. Here's the view from Mason Nelson's car.
Oh, yeah.
See, just the 40 goes around right in front of the 11M. Here is Dylan Wolf's angle. And, woo, air there for the 11M of Rick McNeil. John Zaretsky, the 51Z, has a view.
Oh, yeah. Jay-Z did a great job just to avoid that one. Glad to see McNeil was okay. It's caught some air. Now here a little side-by action. Kyle Lang working on the outside. Yeah, it looks like just those tires came into contact with each other after the initial contact.
Yeah, a real tough break there. You saw McNeil throw up his hands, a little upset perhaps with whatever happened there.
Whoa.
So much air for a little legend car like that. Tough break for all those drivers involved.
Yeah, McNeil using that back tire like a trampoline almost to catch that air. Glad to see he was okay.
It's always important to make sure that our drivers are okay in these situations. Angel of the Winds Casino and Resort now has sports betting. Think you can pick a winner? Prove it at Angel of the Winds Casino and Resort, the only home for sports betting north of Seattle. Exit 210 off of I-5 in Arlington. Angel of the Winds Casino and Resort, the official sponsor of our podium, our Victory Lane area.
They also sponsor the scoreboard out there in center field for all the fans watching in the grandstand. Looks like the lights are out on our pace car. Gabe Sessler and Kaylee Decker is going to be our front row again. Looks like we might be doing a single file restart here, Derek.
Word coming from topside. We're going to go single file for the remainder of these restarts. With 18 laps remaining, Sessler leads the giant legend Snake around the track, and we go green flag racing. Holden immediately to the inside.
Yeah, real aggressive jump to that low side of Kaylee Decker. Mike Holden's going to clear down the back stretch, get up in front of Kaylee Decker. Now we're going to go on board with Kyle Lang, the 33's trying to get down the inside of Kaylee Decker here. This is what happened to Chad Sinner earlier. Just got hung out on that high side, nowhere to work. Kyle Lang's looking to clear hers. They come down to 1-2. So close between those two, but gets the move done. Oh, if we look at the screen there, Andrew Reel popping also. Man, what's happened? Kaylee Decker, that high line not working for these legend cars so far today.
No, you see now on your left side, watching the battle for the lead. On the right side, battle for second as Kyle Lang shoots it down the low side against Mike Holden. And it looks like on our left side view, he is clear. The 33 going up to the final groove, top of the track. Chasing down now, Gabe Sessler, driver who beat him for the title last season.
Yeah, I'm sure this one feels just an even little bit more sweeter for Kyle Lang as he's got some speed in that 33 machine. He's running down the 66. He's closing that gap. The man who denied him a title. Looks like Kyle Lang might look to stick it down the inside here. Not quite. He keeps it in there, though. Now he's coming. They go wheel to wheel as they come down the French stretch. Kyle Lang, he says, it's my turn, buddy. He takes the inside. He passes Gabe Sessler. Look at the 33 into the lead.
Sessler going to fall back further now as Holden right into the inside lane, going up against the driver of the 66. Andrew Reel might follow him around as well as Holden real loose there through turn number 4. Lang, you see with the open track in front of him, we go back to the single view as the 30 car trying to hold that lower groove, what I would call the John Zaretsky line, side by side with Gabe Sessler.
Yeah, those two battling it out. Sessler's been fast all day. As we come to the line, we'll have 12 more laps. Kyle Lang not quite out of the clear. He's got a little bit of a gap, but we've seen with these legend cars, cautions can happen at any point. So right now, you just got to put your head down and drive. But for Gabe Sessler, he's been pushed out to the high line. The high line has meant death today. Mike Holden's moved his way up in a second, and Andrew Reel running right behind that 30, slipped inside for third.
Well, 30 gets loose off of turn number 4. Reel going to have his opportunity to get to the inside. Here on turn 1 and 2, he will do so. Sessler trying to follow him. Fortunately going to fall back solidly into 4th. Poke to the low side. Reel and Holden real close together there through the corner, if you'll excuse the pun. Exiting off of 4, 10 laps remain. Your race leader is still Kyle Lang. Battle for third, hot as could be between Holden and Sessler.
Yeah, you can see that battle between, like we talked about, between Mike Holden, Reel, Sessler, but don't count out Chad Sinner, Kaylee Decker. They're running right there. It looks like 5th and 6th right now. Don't count them out, Derek. They've showed speed earlier. If they can get to that favorable line and put the car down, they could easily find their way back up to the front fighting for that podium.
That is very, very true. As you see, Lang Holden on right now, but Reel seems to be closing the gap, even if just a little bit at a time. Maybe about a 1/10 of a second faster would be my guess, because he is shrinking that gap lap by lap. Holden following him, trying to chase down Kyle Lang. I'm just not sure if there's enough time for him to do it.
Yeah, when we come back to the line, it will be 7 laps to go. Kyle Lang, that's a favorable gap. Right now, if you're Kyle Lang, you're running your lines, but you're also praying that the caution does not come out. You stay green to the finish.
Yeah, it's exactly what you want in the lead position, like the 33 is right now, especially because, again, that gap seems to shrink once more. Reel closing in the 20X to the back of the 33. The last thing you want to hear in your ear is your spotter saying, he's closing, he's closing, he's closing. You want to just be home free. You want to run your race, not worry about what's behind you. He might still be able to do that. He might still have that advantage as we approach 5 to go when they cross the line this time.
It'll be 5 to go, like you said. Gabe Sessler still trying to close down Mike Holden for that 3rd and final podium spot. The interesting thing to note, Derek, Kyle Lang, Andrew Reel started alongside each other on row 5 to start this race. Have just been in the right place, right time, showed a lot of speed, and now run 1 and 2. We'll see if Sessler has any shot at Mike Holden here with 4 to go.
Yeah, it was a 10-car invert, we should add, from qualifying. These were your fast 2 qualifiers, although Reel had the point above Kyle Lang. See if that stays the case. We're going to have 3 to go when they make it back to the line. You see, Reel has gotten so much closer. He is reeling in Kyle Lang.
We'll take a look here. Looks like, yeah, there's Chad Sinners starting to close on the back. Gabe Sessler, like we said, don't count him out. Braden Wagers moved his way up into 6th. Maybe that 30B can make something happen here.
Might be able to make something happen for the podium spot with the 30 in front of him, but I think the leaders might be out of reach. 2 to go as they cross the line. Lang in control. Reel trying to close the gap, seemingly doing so. I'm not sure if he just needs an extra lap or 2, though, to do it. Finish the job as they exit off of turn number 4. And it will be the white flag one more time for Kyle Lang.
It might just be a little bit too much. We'll see. This is the battle tour waltzing. Does Sessler have anything for Mike Holden? That gap looks also just to be a little bit too large to back a 3rd. Although we take a look, Kyle Lang looks like he does. He hangs onto his gap. Kyle Lang charges hard from 10th, takes the win. And that 33 car, Andrew Reel, comes home 2nd. Mike Holden hangs on for 3rd.
Amazing performance there. We'll talk to them down at the Angel of the Winds podium.
Mike, tough race today. A couple cautions. What did you have to do to bring the car home 3rd today?
Just hang on. These little kids are getting faster and faster by the week, and they're really making it interesting now.
Talk to me about, as you were running down the race, you had to play some defense there. What goes into your strategy as your last 10 laps?
I don't really play a lot of defense. The spotter just kind of keeps me informed how far the car behind me is. And as long as it's a car plus, I'll work on the guys in front of me. But I was kind of just hanging on there.
And who would you like to thank to help you tonight?
LB Motorsports, my mom and dad, all the mothers on Mother's Day, my wife, Weather Right Roofing.
All right, let's give it up for Mike Holden. All right, Andrew, first off, tell us, how old are you?
14.
14 years old, bringing it home 2nd tonight. How hard was that for you? Couple cautions, really segmented the race. What did you have to do to come home 2nd?
Just drive smooth and not really wreck anybody and, be fast.
Not wrecking anybody and being fast. Who would you like to thank helping you tonight?
Kenny Armstrong, Ricky Arnold, and Daniel Excavating, Charlotte's Transportation, Camus Construction, and my family and just everybody who helped.
Let's give it up one more time for Andrew Reel. All right, Kyle, first off, just how good does it feel to be back in victory lane?
We got a new car, so it's definitely nice to be back in first, and, we're hoping we can get some more.
Lots of restarts, wasn't necessarily easy. Started a little further back, made the moves late. What'd you had to do to get here to first place?
I just had to, try and be patient and not get into any wrecks with anybody, and I was able to get to the front pretty fast.
And who would you like to thank for helping you out tonight?
Phillips Law Firm, Third Gen Race Cars, Elevate Racing Media, Michael Fritz, my mom and dad, Premier Painting Company, and I think that's it.
All right, let's give it up one more time for your winner, Kyle Lang.
Another great one there for the Legends on the 3/8 oval. We stay on that track going to our BECU mini stocks, and they have had a great season so far. We've seen some pretty bad hits, but we have also seen some amazing green flag runs, some great tight battles for the win.
Yeah, these cars have shown us there's a lot of speed in this class right now. A lot of guys we're excited to highlight. So let's get you the names and numbers of the drivers we're seeing in our main BECU mini stock race. We're taking a look at the 14 of Austin Kramer out of Snohomish, sponsored by Northwest Security and Sound. He's alongside the 18 of Paisley Bender out of Snohomish, sponsored by Strideline Socks.
Row 2 inside the number 72, sponsored by United States Seafood. Out of Federal Way is Ronnie Absher. And the number 33 on the outside, that's Ryan Hausenfluck.
We look at the 025, that's the Waltz Demo and Excavating Trent Gillespie out of Granite Falls. And this number 2 car next to him, Scott Lacrosse. That car sponsored by Crooks and Kings Barber Co.
Number 12 of Gavin Ballou is sponsored by Absher Built LLC out of Marysville. And the 18J, sponsored by Tire Pros of Arlington. Out of Snohomish, that's Jackson Beckel.
Next, we see the 81, also sponsored by the Tire Pros of Arlington. That's Bobby Fisher out of Lake Stevens. Next to him, the 26, sponsored by MPM Welding and Fabrication out of Marysville. That's Jimmy Absher.
Randy Dittmers drives the number 61, sponsored by ATR. Andrews Truck Repair out of Snohomish. Lyndon Smith in the 221, sponsored by PRCBD.com, hailing from Everett.
Jaden Kelly, the Cookie Queens out of Briar in the 24, sponsored by Tom's Automotive. And the 92, that's Ashley Rasmussen out of Eatonville, sponsored by Custom Woodcraft.
Travis Woodward drives the number 16, sponsored by Bravos Pizza in Snohomish out of Lake Stevens. Dale Bollinger in the 43 on the outside.
Rounding us out, the 14X of Christine Hill out of Linwood. She's brought to you by twitch.tv/xChristine.
Pace car pulls away. 17 cars for 40 laps around the 3/8 oval, making their way around the track. It will be Kramer and Bender leading them to the green flag, and we are already spreading out behind them as Bender gets the advantage across the line. Green flag in the air. Away we go.
Ryan Housenflux trying to make that inside line work. Ronnie Absher, Trent Gillespie's trying to move something. Jackson Beckel, Bobby Fisher making moves a little further back, though. We'll see if anyone. Lyndon Smith has also been fast all year, but right now, Austin Kramer, Paisley Bender, that's the battle we're looking at, and Bender currently the better of the two.
We're 4 wide further back for a split second. See Kramer going to the inside, almost making the pass. Coming down here into turn number 3. Oh, trouble! Cars getting together. 3 involved. It's Jackson Beckel, Scott Lacrosse, and Trent Gillespie. All up and into the dirt. Smoke coming off of the 18J. The 2 has come to a stop there. We got replays.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at what happened there. Not sure. Here's the onboard with Jimmy Absher. Oof. Absher, wow. Did really well, Jimmy Absher, to navigate through that one, not get collected. Now we're looking at the 81 of Bobby Fisher. Oh, the Trent Gillespie, not sure what happened there. Looks like he just took all 3 cars out with him.
Think just something going wrong with that machine. See them all go up there. This is Trent Gillespie's view. Wow, as we've got more racing coming up here in just a moment, including the conclusion of this BECU Mini Stock main event here on Seattle 11 in just a moment. Welcome back to Home Track Heroes here on Seattle 11, presented by Gene Johnson Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. I'm Derek Todoroff, the alternative to Caleb Hart tonight, and alongside me is Ben Iman. We are back with the BECU Mini Stocks here on the 3/8 oval. 1 lap in, carnage already.
Yeah, we got 39 more laps to go. It looks like Trent Gillespie had some issue, collected a couple cars. It looks like we're getting set, ready to roll again. Paisley Bender, Austin Kramer, the front row. Ryan Housenfluck, Ronnie Absher, right behind them.
Jimmy Absher, Gavin Ballou, then Lyndon Smith and Dale Bollinger. Those are your first 4. Rolling out a turn number 4. Give us the green flag. Immediately, Bender going to jump once again to the lead. Go up in front of Kramer. The 33 of Housenfluck going to take advantage. Move on in to the second place spot. Kramer now side by side with Ballou, but it is the battle for second that's the most interesting.
Looks like we were almost 3 wide a second ago. A little further back on the track, Jimmy Absher. Wow, a lot of speed for Absher. He's overtaken Paisley Bender. Jimmy Absher wasted no time. Oh, we got a car around, though.
That is the 16 machine of Travis Woodward.
We're still green for the moment. No, caution flag.
Caution in the air. I'm hearing there might be oil down on the track that resulted in the spin for Woodward. The replay, riding along with Woodward, you see the 14 lose it in front of him. He goes around, keeps it off of the Uke tire.
Yeah, just barely avoids that Uke tire. Here's the view from Jaden Kelly. Yeah, you can see the 16 car just trying to avoid the 14 now here side by side. Yeah, the 14, it almost looks like the 14 got into the back of Lyndon Smith, and that caused Kramer to be in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Yeah, I think that might have been the case, or, I think might have had some sort of problem there putting fluid down on the track, resulting in that spin. Regardless, we are back here on the 3/8 oval, lights out around the pace car. I am noticing an absence of the 14 of Kramer.
Yeah, I wonder if that last time around may have just collected him. Looks like Travis Woodward's all good in that 16. Paisley Bender is still your leader because on the caution we go back to the last completed lap. So Jimmy Absher's going to have to make that pass again. Taking a little bit further back, Ryan Housenfluck. Looks like Gavin Ballou has made his way up. Lyndon Smith, Travis Woodward. lurking there 5th and 6th. Green flag in the air. We're back underway. Jimmy Absher showing a lot of speed in that 26 machine, working that way high line. Going to easily clear Paisley Bender and absolutely just take off. But we're 3 wide for second down the back stretch. The 12's into the grass. Oh, hard into the Uke tire. That did not work out. We're caution flag again. 3 cars, really only a gap for 2. And Gavin Ballou hard up into that Uke tire.
I'm not even sure there was a gap for 2 there. A hard hit for Gavin Ballou, our safety crew, Cascade Push Truck Association, towing partners all on the scene very quickly here. A hard hit there for the driver of the number 12. You get the replay. Here's the view from Jaden Kelly. It's up the track, and oof, the dust cloud obscuring the view on the 12's hit, but here's Woodward.
Yeah, you can see the 3 of them right there. Not a lot of room. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, no, the 33 even off the track.
Here's a good view. It looks like, yeah, it looks like House and Fluck got bumped, and then Blue just the top of 3, nowhere to go. It does look like he hit that Uke tire with the rear end of the car, though. So it looks like we slow it down here. Yeah, it goes front, but enough time tries to save it there. Oh,
almost does.
Looks even worse in slow motion, but it does look like he hits that rear side of the car. We did get word. The 12 car, Gavin Blue's doing okay. Got out. Medical staff cleared him there. So driver's okay, but a tough contact. We're going to lose the 12.
Real tough hit there for the number 12. Real tough break there for Ballou as well. He has had a pretty good season this year. Being there, making the right moves, and unfortunately not going to work out this time. Ryan Housen-Fluck and Paisley Bender are both being sent to the back for their involvement in that incident. So we will get restarted here. Bobby Fisher pulled off during that first caution, hearing something broke in that car, has returned. He is 1 lap down, driving that number 81 machine as they work their way through turn number 3 off of 4. And we are green flag racing Jimmy Absher, your race leader.
Yeah, good jump for Absher there. We've got 28 laps to go. You mentioned Bobby Fisher returns and is a lap down. We've all seen, if you look there, running 4th, the 18J Jackson Beckel returned after collected in that incident on lap 1. So a couple of cars able to get back out on track. Good to see.
That it is. As right now, Jimmy Absher is your race leader in the 2nd place spot. That is Lyndon Smith and Travis Woodward. That's your top 3 right now. Familiar top 3 if you were out here last year or watching our Home Track Hero shows, as those 3 dominated much of the season over the course of last year.
Yeah, Jackson Beckel runs 4th, Ronnie Absher runs 5th, and then a big gap back to Jaden Kelly in the running 6th currently. Lyndon Smith, that 221 last time out, took a huge check on a hit on the front end, had a huge part of it torn off, but they've been able to put the car back together. They're running out here, and look at that. They're already running back 2nd. That 221 so fast.
And you see it coming all together once more for the driver of the 221. Here is Bobby Fisher. Once again, a lap down, making his way through the field, slicing it up as he proceeds forward, trying to race his lap back.
You also see Scott Lacrosse has returned. That's good. And Ryan Housen-Fluck making some moves after he was sent to the back, now looking to overtake Lacrosse.
That is your battle for 6th at the moment.
Yeah, but good to see Ryan Housen-Fluck showing a lot of speed in that 33, not letting the decision to send him to the back affect his race. But right now, we go back to the front. Jimmy Absher, your clear leader, running away from Lyndon Smith at the moment. Travis Woodward running a comfy 3rd.
Yeah, we did not mention this, but the race shortened to 30 laps here with 23 to go.
You know, I think that was unfortunate with some of our cautions ate into some of our time here, but 22 laps still remain, still lots of great action on track. And Jimmy Absher, that's the X14, that's lap traffic. So he's going to try to get around Christine Hill here. You can also see Randy Dittmers in that 61, Dale Bollinger also on the outside there. Jimmy Absher not afraid to take it 3 wide. Those are lapped cars, Jimmy. You don't need to pass those for position.
Yeah, but you put those cars battling side by side between you and 2nd place. Advantage is in your hands, the ball in your court. It's coming around, going to make it 20 more remaining for Jimmy Absher's number 26.
Lyndon Smith, you can see a little further back, trying to navigate that lap traffic himself. Right now, Jimmy Absher's your leader coming up. Oh, that looks like, who's he coming up on there? Paisley Bender, it looks like. That was your leader at one point, but sent to the back.
Slow on the backstretch. That's the 92, Ashley Rasmussen. Slow on the backstretch. Caution flag in the air for Rasmussen coming to a stop here on the outside at turn number 3.
Yeah, not sure what happened there, Derek, to the 92. Unfortunately, he's going to bring the caution out, so we're going to have to stack him back up. For Jimmy Absher, not so good.
Not at all. It's been an interesting race so far. That is certainly one way to put it, I suppose. So we have gridded them back up on point.
At least we're still restarting 2 by 2 in this one. The Legends, we had to go to the single file restart. The Youth Hornets obviously restart single file, but we're still going side by side. Hey, look at that. It's the 18J. Jackson Beckles moved his way back up into 4th. Starts on the outside of the 16 of Travis Woodward. Looks like we're going to go car side with the 24 of Jaden Kelly here for the restart.
Yeah, we're going to ride along with Jaden as we make our way through the corner. Ooh, not so sure about that restart there. Backed up everyone. We'll see what the call is as the 26 moves into the lead early on here. Everyone rolling on through the corner. It's down the backstretch. It is Jimmy Absher in control. Caution flag in the air. We will get them all gridded back up. The Boeing Employee Credit Union believes in people over profit. BECU, altogether different. They are a proud sponsor of our mini stock class. You got them here on screen. Also a proud sponsor of Evergreen Speedway and Home Track Heroes as a whole.
Yeah, not sure what that caution was for there. Saw Ronnie Absher get up into the dirt, though, for a little bit, but it looks like we're going to stack them all back up here. We're still with Jaden Kelly here as we'll get another restart with them. Derek, 20 laps to go. Feels like we've barely even gotten into this one so far. Jimmy Absher, though, while we've been green, has been the fast car. That 26 is the car to beat.
True, true, true. Now we're riding along still with the 24 of Jaden Kelly, but yes, it has been Absher in control of this race. Smith in second. Only car I've seen that has seemed any faster, well, that's probably the 81 of Bobby Fischer, but Fischer still a lap down.
Yeah, Fischer a lap down, running 13th currently. Unfortunate, we saw Bobby Fischer was our first mini stock winner of the season. Then second race was leading for so long of it, but had an issue, exited early. So that 81 still trying to shake everything out. It's been so fast today, but now currently a lap down with another issue. We'll see, maybe things swing his way. We might see the 81 get back involved.
Lights out around the track and on the pace car, as it will still be Absher and Smith up front. Ready to rock and roll. Rolling on through turn number 3. Exiting off of turn number 4, looking to the flag stand, and we see the green lights and the green flag back underway for our BECU mini stocks. And Absher not getting away on the restart this time.
No, it gets kind of bogged down. Lyndon Smith has got a good run down that outside. Does the 221 try to hang it around the outside of Jimmy Absher? Those are the cars battling for first. And look a little further back. Travis Woodward's having to defend off Jackson Beckel for third.
Yeah, it is real interesting, real tight racing right now. 221 stuck in that middle groove, not able to make the pass, but able to stay there in the mix alongside the 26 machine.
Yeah, 26 Jimmy Absher's got that low lane. You know, with the Legends earlier, that high line was death, but right now Lyndon Smith's proven, hey, with this thing, I can run up here. Got that. Travis Woodward is running third. Oh, no, he's gone high. He's slowing. Jackson Beckles into third. The 16 slow down the back stretch. Not sure what's going on there with the 16. That looks like something mechanical, maybe. And looks like we're slowing down. We're green at the moment, but I think that might also draw out another caution, Derek. Yep, there it is.
Misses the access road, draws a caution. What this means, Ben, that means Bobby Fischer will get his lap back as the lucky dog. That will be real interesting to see. Like we talked about, probably the fastest car in this race. Back on the lead lap, back on point and on pace. With 18 remaining, Jimmy Absher, Lyndon Smith, now Jackson Beckel, your top 3.
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting. Watch that 81 car a little further back. Also, you want to point out the 33 Ryan Housenflux made his way back up through the field after being sent to the back. So maybe Housenflux has something to do to get back involved. But right now, Absher, Smith, and then Beckel restarting 1, 2, 3. Ronnie Absher restarts 4th. Looks like here they're tiptoeing around. We're starting single file. I'm sorry, I jinxed that one. That's my bad. Green flag. Jimmy Absher, good jump there. Lyndon Smith now having to maybe play a little defense from Jackson Beckel. Right now, the leaders run with an equal gap almost between them. Absher, Smith, and Beckel.
Yeah, your top 3 there. All very dangerous drivers. Absher, a consistent threat week in and week out here at Evergreen Speedway. Lyndon Smith, last year's champion, and Jackson Beckel, actually a champion last year as well, but in the Stinger 8 division. That's how you know a driver more willing to use his bumper than some of the others in this one.
Absolutely. Lyndon Smith's got a good run here on the 26 of Jimmy Absher, looking to close him down. That 26 has been fast all day, but the 221 might have some secret sauce here as we've got 16 more laps. The 221 down the inside. No, not quite there. The 26 does enough, covers him off.
Yeah, you see just poking right there, sticking with it, trying to find a way around. The 221 of Lyndon Smith fighting here. Fighting hard with the 26.
Oh, Jimmy Absher's wide and into the grass. No, the leader goes round.
Unbelievable.
Jimmy Absher, what happened there? The 26 just got loose and now resting in the grass. Looks like we're going to another caution.
Got a replay here to see. That does not add anything. Just the 26 into the corner, goes up the track and loses it. Unbelievable there.
Yeah, not sure what's going on, if that was track or car, or just Jimmy Absher got too focused on the car behind him and just wasn't sure where to go, lost track of it. But hey, if we take a look now, look who's out in front. The 221 of Lyndon Smith, Jackson Beckel, Ronnie Absher. Going to be your leaders off the restart.
This 26 does go to the back, not race over yet for Jimmy Absher. As we drop the lap count once again, take 5 more off. It'll be a 25-lap main event now. We started with 40, have taken 15 away. Still plenty of good racing action to go as we got 11 laps remaining. Out of 4, single file, the mini stock Snake goes into turn number 1, and Jackson Beckles got an inside lane on his teammate. Maybe a little bit of contact there.
Yeah, Beckles saying, hello, here I am. Maybe teammates outside of the garage, but on the track, those two not afraid to race each other hard. I just want to point out here too, Derek, a little further back, House and Fluck Bender currently run 4th and 5th. So those two cars that were sent to the back earlier have made their way up to the front. Is Ronnie Absher running with his hood taped down?
I think he might be, but looking behind Bender, you see the driver of the number 81, Bobby Fischer, has made his way into the picture. Trying his best to get around Bender right now at the edge of your screen, making the pass, exiting off of 4. Into the top 5 goes Bobby Fischer.
Yeah, the 81, so much speed's always fast. Now look at that, the 221. Jackson Beckel had his chance to get down the inside. The 221, though, running away with it now, putting a huge gap back to Jackson Beckel with 8 more laps to go. Ronnie Absher's defending 3rd. House of Fluck, Bobby Fischer coming real fast there. The 81 says he's got something in that Tire Pros of Arlington car.
8 more to play. If you're any one of these drivers, here is the battle, 3rd through 5th. Fischer looking low, able to make the move. Car around, caution flies. That's Randy Dittmers off of turn number 2.
Oh, Dittmers is in the infield now. Not sure what happened there. We're going to take a look at it right here.
Yeah, you see Dittmers and Lacrosse appearing to get together. As it seems, we will still have more mini stock action to come here on Home Track Heroes right after this. Welcome back to Home Track Heroes here on Seattle 11, presented by Gene Johnson Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. I'm Derek Todoroff, once more the value brand of Caleb Hart. This is Ben Iman, and we are still mini stock racing here at Evergreen Speedway.
Yeah, we're had a lot of cautions in this one. This race has been very segmented, but Lyndon Smith, that 221, is your leader. Jackson Beckel starts behind him. Ronnie Absher, currently your final podium spot in 3rd.
Looking back to 5th, though, that's where it really gets interesting. That is Bobby Fischer. Fischer, lapped down at one point, has made his way back up into the top 5. We'll have 8 laps to go here in the BECU Mini Stock main event. Green flag in the air.
Jackson Beckel's going to send it down the inside again of the 221, but Lyndon Smith's got lots of speed trying to work that higher line. Covers him off. The top 6 cars running right now have been the fastest 6 cars all day. And honestly, all probably could have led laps at some point if it wasn't for one incident or a not. Lyndon Smith right now, your leader with 7 to go.
Smith pulling away from Beckel. Ronnie Absher holding up the low side as Fischer and Jimmy Absher trying to get by him and Ryan Hausenfluck. As Jimmy thought about it, then thought better, not going to sling it in there 3 wide.
See, that's that veteran experience that we maybe were lacking earlier, but now Jimmy Absher gets around Ronnie as he clears him. Bobby Fischer, the 81 car, has battled through it all today, but has found his way back up to 3rd. Jimmy Absher is currently running 4th. We'll see if that 26 has anything for the 81.
Yeah, 6 to go here for our mini stocks. The 221 still your race leader. Jackson Beckel running in 2nd. Fischer trying to close the gap. see these two continuing to battle, Ronnie and Ryan, down the backstretch.
Yeah, these two have been giving us a good battle all day. Just something to point out, I think Jackson Beckel, Bobby Fischer were all involved in incidents earlier in this race. I think both had to go fix something at one point. Derek, I believe, is correct. They've both found their way back out into track and now run second and third.
Yeah, both of them went to the pits at different points, tried to get something repaired. Of course, it cost Fischer a lap, did not cost Beckel that much, but both of them now side by side. See at the back end of your screen, and as they come across the line, Beckel with the barely leading advantage. Fischer fighting up the high side. This is your battle for second. And the 221,
no!
Lyndon Smith, smoke pouring out of that car as he rolls through 3 and 4. And Fischer and Beckel get together.
Oh, Jackson Beckel, you guys were yellow flagged at that point. We weren't even green. Oh, no, what happened to the 221? Let's take a look at it right here. Just running down the backstretch, smoke starts to pour out, car slows. Man.
Unbelievable. As you got to wonder, maybe brakes having a problem if you're the 18J. Just gets up there. Got to hope neither one of them suffers too much damage. 221 pulls off. We lose another leader.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks in a row now for Lyndon Smith. Tough break for the 221. And it looks like as we come back here, Jackson Beckel, who on lap 2 was sent into the grass outside of turn 3 and 4, had to come in and get that car repaired, is your leader. Bobby Fischer, the 81.
Who on lap 2 had to go to the pits and repair something, came back 1 lap down, is still here. Your 2 race leaders will be those 2 drivers. 3-lap shootout here at the Evergreen Speedway. Jackson Beckel, Bobby Fischer, Ronnie Absher, Ryan Hausenfluck, and Paisley Bender, your top 5. Rolling out of turn number 4. The snake makes its way in. Green flag in the air. And Fischer going to immediately go to the low lane.
Yeah, he's got him here if he can make it stick. Beckel might be able to cross him over. No, the 81 clears him. Ronnie Absher might now have a shot at Jackson Beckel as he's going to make a move. Ronnie Absher running third most of the day, I think, has just been putting it around in a clean spot every time, put it right where he needs. But, here comes Ryan Hausenfluck. We'll see if he's got anything.
Those 2 battling for the 3rd place spot are last close-in shot. I'm not sure if the right front of the 18J is turning. That is the wheel that made contact with Bobby Fischer. As those 3 drivers now all under a group here battle for second. The car waving around as the white flag in the air. Bobby Fischer is all but checked out of this one. Flying away from your battle for second.
Oh, here comes Hausenfluck. If you're Jackson Beckel, you park that 18J in the middle of the track. You run it like a house barge. We're going to look to the front. Wow, Bobby Fischer, checkered flag for the 81. What a comeback. They're going to come across the line. So close, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Not sure who got it there.
Well, we'll check in with the Angel of the Winds podium.
Ryan, a great job out there tonight. We're taking it a little quickly, unfortunately. So many questions I wish I could ask you, but first I just got to say, involved in that incident there, the number 12, eventually you make your way back up to the front. What was it like making your way through the field like that?
Oh, dude, that was an intense race. Holy crap, man. Yeah, dude, sorry to Gavin. I don't really know what the hell happened in the backstretch back there, but I just held it wide open, jumped over the access road, and my car stayed on the track. Thank God. And then, yeah, dude, I got sent to the back for some reason. I don't know why, and then cars just started dropping like flies, and let's go around them, I guess. So here I am.
And who would you like to thank for getting this car to 3rd place tonight?
Oh, dude, I got a lot of help with this thing. Edwards K&S Construction, Cornerstone Homes. I got my son Luke. He's in the pits spotting for me. Rev Renovations. Sound and Mountain Home Inspections. I got Brandy Hood. She's got the GoPro video on the car. Mom and Grandma are back in the pits. I got some friends out here. Ben Smith makes this car go fast. It's goddamn. Whew, heck yeah.
3rd place tonight, driver the number 33. That's Ryan Hausenfluck. Jackson, those final few laps, it came down to you battling it out with Fischer, and then you had Hausenfluck coming in the rearview mirror. What more do you think you needed?
I definitely wouldn't have caught Bobby. I don't know. When we wrecked lap 2, had to go get a tire, broke power steering lines. It's been a battle all race long, and then broke the rack when I bounced off of Bobby. And I don't know if you can see, it's pretty bent.
And who would you like to thank for getting this car out here tonight?
Tire Pros Arlington for sure, PRCBD, Rent Fast Auto, Solution Auto Works, Flat Holland, Hottie Hair Lounge, John Bender, Dave Riddell, Ryan Berg, Brandon, Brooklyn, everyone that helped me on the car.
Driver the number 18J, second place tonight, that's Jackson Beckel. Bobby, walk us through what it was like to go from being one lap down to making your way all the way to the front to win this one.
Incredible. Going from the back to the front, and then caution after caution after caution, and not getting the lucky dog. Just hard racing, staying at it, persistence, and just getting one car at a time.
You did a great job out there tonight. Who helped you get that 81 here?
Tonight, I want to put a special thanks to everybody who helped me in the pit. I broke a bolt. Car was overheating. We got it fixed under red and got back out and got back on that lap. My sponsors, special thanks to Reardon Racing. They helped me build this car. The car is absolutely amazing. Tire Pros of Arlington, J2 Racing, Calicot Landscaping Services, Case Crochet, Gary Fisher Construction, Full Throttle Graphics, Translab Performance, Beast Fab and Tuning, and all my family and friends and all the fans that come out and watch.
Race winner tonight, driving the number 81, Bobby Fischer. Quite the entertaining race there for our BECU mini stocks. Other sponsors helping make the events like this possible. Busch Beer, the official beer of NASCAR and of Evergreen Speedway. Busch Beer is the sound of refreshment, crisp and cold as Mountain Stream. Keep your fridge happy by stocking it with Busch and Busch Light. Busch.
Derek, I need a Busch after that last race.
That was quite the race. We jump into our Monroe Grocery Outlet Superstock Figure 8s. They are led by the number 17X of Rick Yargis, hailing from Stanwood, sponsored by McCarthy General Contractor. And the 8, dubbed last week Captain Chaos, Jacob Funk out of Mill Creek.
Looking a little bit further back, RJ Mackey's out of Gold Bar, sponsored by Blue Jay Productions. And the 66 out of Linwood's Rick Jones, sponsored by Winter Speed Shop in Berrien.
The 76S, that's Chris Southard out of Everett, sponsored by All Solve Plumbing. The 63 is Robert Weldon out of Arlington, sponsored by All Ply Roofing, LLC.
We got the 23 out there. Hey, it's Jim Mackey of Gold Bar, sponsored by Tony V's Garage, Saloon, and Eatery. And the JE55, that's Jessica Wilkinson out of Marysville, sponsored by Pilchuck Heating and Air Conditioning.
The number 45, that is Chevy Vincent out of Darrington, sponsored by Homegrown Hair Studio. Sheridan Vincent, his father drives the 43, also out of Darrington, sponsored by Siskiyou Power Equipment.
We see the 88, Guy Litz out of Bothell, is sponsored by Protocol Plumbing and Sewer. And 72, that's Jeff Talbert out of Arlington. He's sponsored by Pilchuck Heating.
As the drivers get the one to go, we have our final row. Two of the favorites to win tonight's events. Driving the number 5 out of Aberdeen, sponsored by Mary's Towing, the one-arm bandit, Quentin Borison. Alongside him, 2 for 2 so far this season, trying to go 3 for 3, sponsored by BECU. Out of Monroe, 67 is Mackenzie Dietz. Here we go. Around the figure 8 track, they are all ready to rock and roll. Making their way through the left-hand corner, Yargis and Funk will see the green. Here we go, way we are.
Oh, big jump for Captain Chaos as he makes his way out into the front. Might have gotten a good little push there from Rick Jones. Jones might try to make a move around. Jacob Funk. Don't count on Rick Yargis, though. He's sitting good right now, running third.
Yeah, Yargis trying to find his way around the 66 of Jones. I know Jones had a hand in helping get that 17X machine out here to Evergreen Speedway this season. Two of them good friends off the track. Seem to be treating each other pretty nice so far on it.
Yeah, good battle. We look a little further back. Mackenzie Dietz and Quentin Borison both making early runs up through the field. 30 laps here for our Monroe Grocery Outlet Superstock Figure 8s. Jacob Funk trying to defend from Rick Yargis. Oh, gets bumped.
Got into the Uke tire.
Oh, he got into the Uke tire. That wheel does not look like it is turning properly.
That wheel is turning every which way except the one it's supposed to, as he, I think, will pull into the infield. We'll get a better shot at it as the field comes back around. Rick Jones in the lead.
Yeah, there he is.
As the number 17X of Rick Yargis in second. Robert Weldon in third. And, yep, that is the 8. Jacob Funk stopped on the infield of the right-hand corner.
Well, Captain Chaos, it was chaotic for 2 laps, and we appreciate you. Bummed to lose him here, but Rick Jones and Rick Yargis going to inherit 1 and 2. Robert Weldon's going to inherit 3rd place. We take a look a little further back. There's Borison, there's Dietz making their way through that field. Looks like Jeff Talbert's trying to make a move on one of the Vincents there. That's Sheridan Vincent.
Well, we talked about Chevy, we've talked about Jacob, and as much as we like to
have a little bit of fun with the 8 car and call him Captain Chaos. He is part of this new generation of drivers coming into the figure 8 racing sphere, and it's amazing to have people like him. Funk, Chevy, both of them have been learning very quickly, learning a lot here on the most dangerous figure 8 west of the Mississippi.
Absolutely. That intersection's terrifying. Don't call State Patrol. If you get into an accident there, you just figure it out and you keep going. Here's Quentin Borson looking to try to make a move now on Sheridan Vincent. The one-arm bandit so good around this figure 8 track.
There's a car stopped here in the left-hand corner. Oh, it's Mackenzie Dietz. Caution flag flies, and 2 for 2 Dream appears to come to an end here.
What happened to the 67? Uh-oh. No bueno. Looks like she's going to be able to get that thing. Oh, that tire does not look like it is going the right way at all.
That one's not even turning whatsoever as we get that shot there from Chevy Vincent's car. Then a shot as it's the 88 and the 67 involved. We'll be back with more figure 8 right after this. Welcome back to Home Track Heroes here on Seattle 11, presented by Gene Johnson Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Your one-stop destination for all your home service needs. Whether it's fixing a leaky faucet, keeping your home cool or cozy, or ensuring your electrical systems are running smoothly, Gene Johnson says they are on it. As Ben Iman joining me here in the booth, I'm Derek Todoroff, the
bargain
bin. You know, yeah. I'm just here, man.
Derek, we're glad you're here, you know. Don't sell yourself short. We're also glad that our Monroe Grocery Outlet Superstock figure 8s are getting back underway. Rick Jones is your leader in that 66. Rick Yargis and Robert Weldon start behind him, and we look, that 5 car, Quentin Borson, started in the back. It's moved his way up to 5th.
Delaware-style restart going to go in favor of the 66. Jones taking the lead as it is right along with Borson on the right side of your screen. He's battling it out with Yargis in the 17X side by side. Looks to be just about clear of him as they exit off of the left-hander. Setting his sights on the driver of the 63 as lots of cars getting all together further back in the field. Borson right there chasing down Weldon. It's the one-armed bandit looking to grab this spot, going to go to the high side. Now before this race, there was a layer of special traction grip material laid down on the outside of both these corners, offering a new groove for these drivers. The 5 taking advantage and moving up into second.
Yeah, great move there by Quentin Borson, showing why he is so particularly great on this Evergreen Speedway figure 8 track. He's going to look to run down Rick Jones. We look a little further back now. Rick Yargis and Sheridan Vincent are duking it out. We saw some contact a few laps ago between Chevy Vincent and Guy Litz. And it looks like everyone's kind of shaking out, kind of trying to find those spots, obviously bumping and banging figure 8 racing.
As you see side by side, the battle for 4th. Yargis and Sheridan Vincent. But up front on the right side of your screen, Borson looking around, trying to find a way by the 66. It's Jones holding a middle ground between the 2 lanes, taking away an option for either one as there he goes up the track. Opportunity for the one-armed bandit.
Yeah, looks like Rick Jones just got a little too loose, slid a little too far up the track. Quinn Borson's going to have the hard one around here on the right side, but it's going to have the favorable line as they come back down through the intersection. He looks to close him off, and the one-armed bandit has done it. He comes back around with 18 to go. Quentin Borson into the lead. You can see the fans love it.
Yeah, the one-armed bandit dominating force out here at Evergreen Speedway many a year as contact, the 43 getting into the back, the 63 sending him up the circuit. C. Weldon looking around, not happy to lose 3rd. 2 of them head into the left-hander, and whoa, heavy contact. Weldon making a lot of contact there with the 43. Sheridan Vincent burning it down, making it clear how he feels about that one. As he keeps it going, we appear to stay green flag racing. Jones in 2nd, Talbert in 3rd.
Yeah, well, not sure how well that went for him. There's Sheridan Vincent is just kind of falling so far off the back of the pack. That didn't really work out very well for anyone. Obviously, Sheridan Vincent getting punted. That didn't really work out for Robert Weldon either. Yeah, there you see he's got to pull off into the center. He might be done.
Black flag shown to him, it appears, but he's trying to get it going once again. Stopped. Not sure if that was because of the intersection or what, but he is continuing to struggle to get out of the infield.
See Jessica Wilkinson pull up a little bit there. No need to get involved with those leaders. Quentin Borson, Rick Jones. You see those 2 cars on string? That's your battle for 1st and 2nd right now. The 63 car, Robert Weldon, is parked up inside one of the circles. We'll see if he can get that thing going again. Right now, we're staying green. Oh, it looks like he's creeping out a little bit towards the line. If he's trying to go, he's got to go.
Driver's being warned that he's right there. We'll see what the call is. 63 still there. Might be having some sort of problem, maybe with the starter or the clutch, trying to get it in gear. Borson's still pulling away. Jones in second, Talbert in third.
Yeah, not sure. We hope that Robert Weldon gets it figured out. Right now, it looks like Borson's starting to pull away from Rick Jones, as you said. Jeff Talbert, a far third back. We'll see if Guy Litz or maybe Chevy Vincent has anything for that third spot right now. But it looks like Quentin Borson, with 12 laps to go, is running pretty comfy up there in first. As we take a look, here's Chevy Vincent and Guy Litz. That's a battle further back on track for fourth.
Yeah, I think Chevy would like on by, try and go contend for a podium spot. That 45 car been real fast today. The young gun behind the wheel, right there with the 88 of Guy Litz. Jim Mackey in the 23, waiting his turn, seeing if, hey, maybe if these two scuffle a little bit, I can make my way through.
Yeah, smart by Mackey. Just kind of let them do all the work for you. You can follow Chevy through potentially. But right now, Guy Litz playing a lot of defense. He's playing it really well. We've got 10 laps remaining.
I would tend to go. You see the 45 right there with the 88. Keeping it close in this battle for fourth. Still Borson, Jones, and Talbert up front.
Yeah, you can see that those leaders just kind of pulling away. Chevy Vincent just got to find something. Guy Litz is not giving him anything. Oh, Vincent gets to the back of Guy Litz. Litz is around. No, Chevy Vincent maybe just give him a little bit of a love tap there to push him out of the way. Guy Litz not able to hang on, but Chevy Vincent, for the time being, will move up into fourth.
Hey, that's a figure-8 racing move right there. I know many would argue that. As Litz, not sure where he falls into the order, but in front of Jessica Wilkinson's JE55. He gets tagged in the intersection.
And a Uke tire.
Up into the Uke tire. Caution flag will fly, as we still got replays to show you here. It is Guy Litz involved in this. Here's Weldon's view.
Oh.
Think he just thought he was clear, and unfortunately he was not.
Yeah, Guy Litz just tried to make the slip. Oh, Robert Weldon just cleared him, and then a hard hit into that Uke tire. That one's going to hurt in the morning, Derek, I'm sure.
It will certainly sting, as all the other drivers able to avoid it. Litz, unfortunately, hard hit into the Uke tire. Hope to see him back for Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, well, it was good to see Robert Weldon did get that car rolling again. But unfortunately, Guy Litz, that was probably going to end his night there. Delaware-style restart here. Quentin Borson, the one-arm bandits, our leader. We've got 8 laps to go. We've got the 1 to go signal. Jeff Talbert, Rick Jones, that's third and second. But Chevy Vincent, Jim Mackey sit 5th and 6th. Maybe one of them have a move for our front two. Quentin Borson's been able to kind of dominate this race so far.
Maybe they do. It is certainly going to be a good one. One to remember is it's the one-arm bandit, then Talbert and Jones, then it is Jim Mackey and the young gun. Weaving their way through the left-hand corner, looking to the flagger on the infield. Green in the air, and the one-arm bandit leads him into the right-hander.
And Quentin Borson, a great jump there. Rick Jones getting into Jeff Talbert. No, Jones spun into the infield.
Talbert giving him no room into the corner, it looked like. Jones made contact with the Uke tire. I think he was trying to just force Talbert up the track so he didn't hit the tire.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure there what happened, but unfortunately for Rick Jones, who's been running so well all day, it's just going to fall so far behind and into the infield. So right now, Chevy Vincent is going to try to run. He's going to try his luck to run down Jeff Talbot for second. That's the battle right there.
Jim Mackey happy to move up into the 4th place spot. We talked about him being in the right place at the right time. Seems to be the situation at the moment. Jones still stuck there. Gotta wonder what happened there. If it was trying to dodge the Uke tire, if he bounced off the 72 trying to make some kind of move. Whatever it is, here's the battle for second still. Talbert and Vincent.
Yeah, the 45, the young guns closing up to Jeff Talbert. We've got 5 laps remaining. Does the 45 have anything for Jeff Talbert here? Not quite sure. He's maybe just looking to set something up. Chevy's got all that youth inside that car. Gets to the back bumper of Talbert. Hey, buddy, here I am.
Caution flag flying. My guess would be for the number 66. We'll see. We got replays here to take a look. So, yeah, yellow in the air with 5 to go.
Yeah, maybe they just didn't like where Rick Jones was on the track. Not quite sure there. Let's take a look here. Here's the onboard with Chevy Vincent. Yeah, man, Rick Jones, nowhere to go.
I think Jones needed to move up the track, and Talbert turning early enough that there was just no room for Rick Jones, and breaks the right front on that one. That's a tough break for the driver of the 66.
You know, that Uke tire was hit earlier as well, so maybe it was a slightly different spot than where the drivers were practicing and doing their heat races with. Maybe they just, maybe Talbert thought he gave him enough room, but unfortunate for Rick Jones.
Well, maybe. We will see, as it's the second car now. Jones into it, Funk into it. See if we get a third. We certainly hope not, but it will be Talbert and the young gun Chevy Vincent side by side. With 5 to go, they are chasing down Quentin Borison, the one-armed bandit.
Yeah, you can see Jim Mackey and it looks like Rick Yargis creeping there behind Talbert and Vincent. If those two get into it, look to one of them to capitalize to find that podium spot. We're restart. We're underway. Good jump for Borison. Good jump for Talbert. Chevy Vincent going to look to make something happen here. He slides back into third. Ooh, pushed wide is the 23.
Mackey holds on, though. He's going to stay right there, stay in the picture, as he's still contending with the 17X of Rick Yargis. Out of the corner, 4 to go. Yargis falling back, and Jim Mackey now in possession of 4th place. He's got Sheridan Vincent possibly coming up behind him. I see Yargis and Sheridan Vincent, I think, tagging one another. Nothing malicious there. I think just one car getting loose. As, whoa, car around. Chris Southard into the Uke tire there. The exit of the intersection heading into the left-hander.
I think we're still rolling, Derek.
There's
no.
the caution flag
right,
flying.
Man.
We will take another look at what happened there for Chris Southard.
Yeah, what happened there for the 76S? Going to have to take a look here.
Southard, see him running in through the corner and might have just lost it. We'll see if there's a better view. Hitting the right rear on the Uke tire. Yeah, I think he just loses the car. No one behind him.
Oh, man.
No contact. A tough break now for the 76S.
Yeah, we're going to have to re-rack him and stack him and try it one more time. Quentin Borison has done well in the restarts. Can he do well one more time?
That is the question, ain't it? Whoa, I think field misunderstanding the 1 to go as we're going, as everyone going to get back in line. Ooh, looks like Jessica Wilkinson might have even tagged the 72 while going back there.
Yeah, it looks like Rick Yargis he got really excited. He goes, hey, no one's going. Here I go.
Well, regardless, doesn't look like any damage to anyone right now as they roll their way. 3 to go, green flag in the air. And Talbert not going to clear Vincent there. Vincent right there on the inside.
Oh.
Ooh, heavy check between the two of them. Around goes Chevy.
Chevy's around.
The young gun spins it out in the right-hand corner.
We'll see. Do we stay in green? Not quite sure if he can get that thing going. He backs it up into a Uke tire. Well, that's not going to help.
Yeah, that's going to be a no there, as we expect the caution to fly after Chevy Vincent, young gun, trying to pull it off of the track. Unfortunately, backs it into a Uke tire. And, ooh, man.
Man, we're going to have 2 more laps to go.
Oh!
Whoa!
Letting his displeasure be known to Jeff Talbert. Chevy Vincent running straight over the right rear of the 72.
Well, the young gun's showing he's not afraid to fire from the hip. Just went over to Talbert, gave him a little check, and said, hey, buddy, enough of that. We're going to have to take a look at all that action here in just a moment. We'll have 2 more laps when we come back from the caution. Before that, let's take a look at some of this contact.
Yeah, here's the 45 on the inside. It looks like a less severe, maybe, situation as we saw with the 66. In that place where Vincent...
Yeah,
Vincent's going straight, and, I mean...
I think this is a really tough one. You can see here, it looks like Chevy Vincent had maybe just enough space. Maybe it's like right on the line. Not quite sure if he had quite enough space. Here's the onboard. Chevy's just like, hey, buddy, and just runs up on that right rear. And just, oh, man, give Talbot a big tap there, Derek.
I think, from what I saw there, Chevy didn't think that Talbot was going to turn at that moment. Was still going straight, because from all those views, never saw the 45's wheels turn right. And I think he just believed Talbot was going to give him a little bit more time to turn.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Chevy Vincent. I believe he was told to park it after that incident.
He was.
Well, so that'll be the end of the day for the young gun with 2 laps to go. Quentin Borison's going to lead us out. Jeff Talbot runs second. Look at Jim Mackey quiet day for him, but just been so consistent, so good. Has found his way up into third. We get the green flag, 2 laps to go.
So we're going to see if the same sort of situation happens into this one. Ooh, they do get into
There's more contact.
More contact on row 2 going into the right-hand corner.
Talbert just pushed way wide. Looks like Sheridan Vincent might have gotten into the back of him. Jim Mackey's moved his way up into second. White flag in the air. Quentin Borson, we haven't talked much about him in the second half of this race. All the action's been happening behind him, but the 5-car, the one-armed bandit, is coasting right now.
There's a certain degree of skill that comes with experience here at Evergreen Speedway, and as he rolls through the left-hand corner, the one-armed bandit is going back to victory lane. The 5-car wins this one. Jim Mackey, Jeff Talbert rounding out your field. We'll talk to them on the Angel of the Winds podium.
So many questions I'd like to ask, but we're on a bit of a time crunch here. Yeah. This 72 machine is great every week. Who helps you get this thing out here?
I've got to thank my wife, obviously, first. Harrison, Hannah, all the Wilkinsons, Jim and Jessica, Pilchuck Heating, Stephanie's Hope, and anybody else that lends a hand.
Putting on a great show for us. Congratulations on the 3rd place finish. Jeff Talbert. You did a great job out there tonight. Put your car where it needed to be, and when the moment came, you were right there. That 23 machine has been here time after time. Who helps to get it out here?
I'd like to thank Tony V's Garage, the Hawley family, and Trackback Racing.
You did a great job tonight. You excited for Memorial Day weekend?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's great to hear. Driver of the number 23, Jim Mackey. Such a great and dominant performance behind the wheel of that machine. Congratulations tonight. What do you think helps that car be so fast?
Tommy Gap, Keith Taylor, my brother John. There's been so many people that have helped with this car. First off, it got stolen last year. We got it back, and it was just a huge project to put it back together, but thank goodness we did. There's so many people that have helped out. It's just crazy. I mean, there's no possible way I can get everybody's name. I'll try because they want us to kind of speed it up here and stuff. But anyway, Mary from Mary's Towing, Chris over here, Tommy Gap for putting this car together for me, and it's friggin' awesome, buddy. Keith Taylor, my brother John Zaretsky, my brother Shane, Brandon Lovely, Steve Cox for the help with the transmission, Barbara Nolan, and Mark Hubbard. I mean, there's been so many people. My brother John Zaretsky. Just, thank you. I can shift this car.
Congratulations on the win tonight. The one-armed bandit, Quentin Borson. Welcome back to Home Track Heroes here on Seattle 11, sponsored by Gene Johnson Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Here with Ben Iman, my name is Derek Todoroff. Welcome back to the final segment of today's wonderful program, the Granite Super Sprint Car Series, back on the 3/8 for the first time this season.
Excited to have these cars back. Got rained out last time, unfortunately, did not get to see them. So first time we're seeing them, let's get you some introductions. Leading us out of Tulalip, driving that Granite Construction number 12, it's Cameron Neisinger. And alongside him, it's 63 out of Burien of Marty Rossler.
The number 4, sponsored by Middendorf Motorsports, that is Greg Middendorf out of Snohomish. Alongside him, the 12X out of Quesnel, BC. Last driver to win on the 5/8 oval. Him and the wife bring Ron Larson's car out here to Evergreen.
Next up, we see the 7D out of Bellevue, sponsored by Geico of Randy Dubois. And alongside him, the 44 out of Linwood, and that fleet service car, that's Todd Coleman.
The Austin Electric 15 out of Arlington, that's Jacob Austin. Alongside him, the High Five Cannabis Cabal Hill, BC machine, 71 is James Miller.
Next up, we got the 33J of Jeff Montgomery out of Langford in British Columbia. That car sponsored by Saratoga Speedway. And the 8A of Brad Aumann, he's out of Duncan, British Columbia. That car sponsored by Upland Contracting.
Chloe Hudson's 8H rounds out your field out of Post Falls, Idaho. Green flag in the air. Chloe brought to us by Speedmart Incorporated. As Neisinger going to jump out to the early lead. Rossler and Middendorf battling it out as problems for the 15. Jacob Austin already coming to a stop. Caution flag in the air.
Man, that's unfortunate, Derek. Jacob Austin, I saw some fans in the grandstand with his shirts on. Really excited to see him run tonight, but something happened there. Not sure quite what happened, but Jacob Austin slow and out.
A real tough break, a real tough way to start
the Granite Super Sprint Car season. Granite Construction is a proud sponsor of our Super Sprint Car Series, and they are celebrating over 100 years in business. Granite Construction is an award-winning company and a great place to work. Find your dream job today at graniteconstruction.com. Once again, they are the ones who bring us this amazing series. Sprint cars on the asphalt, not something you see everywhere in the US of A.
Correct. That's why we draw a lot of drivers down from Canada even. So maybe it's not something you see really anywhere very often. Looks like we got the green flag. The cars accelerate and take the line. We're going to look to get a lap in right now. Cameron Neisinger, your leader, out early. But now we got a battle for second. Well, not quite. We're trying to. There we go. That's a good one. It's the 63 and it's the 12X. That's Ron Larson. That's Marty Rossler battling for second.
Oh, 71. That is Miller. Nearly loses it off of turn number 4. Goes over the little median area between the 3/8 and the 5/8. It's a dangerous area to go over, especially in a sprint car. You bottom it out almost immediately. He's under fire now from the Hurricane, Jeff Montgomery.
Yeah, the Hurricane showing a lot of speed earlier today. We're really excited to now see him turning laps here. The sprint cars got 28 laps to go. Oh, but now a move down the inside. It's the 71 of James Miller trying to challenge Jeff in that Hurricane car.
These cars can really fly around this track. It's Neisinger, Rossler, and Larson up front right now. As mentioned, Ron Larson's 12X, the last car to win on the 5/8 oval here at the Evergreen Speedway. Sprint cars have not been out there for quite a while. Now, running 3/8, Larson has shown quite a bit of speed so far in this one. He's got Coleman behind him.
Yeah, Derek, when we had a chance earlier, we walked pit row, got a chance to talk to Ron Larson, told us that, it's just pretty much him and the wife that keep that car running. And, contact, car round.
No, he keeps it under him.
No, wow, great save there, Cameron Neisinger, but slow out of the gate. Marty Rossler got to the back of him.
Whoa, Neisinger nearly getting into it with Montgomery.
Tough break for the 12.
From the lead, going to fall all the way back to, never was 71 spins. I'd say he just got by Neisinger, but fortunately, that is Miller spinning into the infield dirt.
Yeah, Derek, let's take a look at this one here. First one, the 7D, Randy Dubois got a good angle. There it is. You can kind of see that on the left one side. Now we'll take a look. Here's the high cam. It just looks like he kind of maybe just lost it out of the turn, Derek.
Yeah, that car has been real loose, we've seen already, especially after taking that trip over the median onto the 5/8 oval. Saw him get real loose, keeps it under him, and just like that one, he kept the car going, didn't actually bring it to a stop. As we have 24 to go, 6 laps into our sprint car show. Look at
Derek.
the front wing of the 63.
Yeah, that does not look like it's in the place it's supposed to be.
That is Marty Rossler's number 63, the front wing. Bent the wrong direction. That will throw off the aerodynamics and the downforce of a sprint car when something like that happens to it.
He might want to borrow some tape from Ronnie Abshire to get that thing back in place, but right now, Marty Rossler, Ron Larson will be your front row with 24 laps to go in our Granite Super Sprints. Todd Coleman starts fourth, and the Hurricane, Todd Coleman starts third. The Hurricane has moved his way up to fourth, but gets third on the restart. Todd Coleman bogs down a little bit. Now maybe the Hurricane's looking down the inside. Rossler's had a lot of speed all day, but we'll see how that wing affects him, Derek.
Yeah, Ron Larson jumps immediately to the lead, so Rossler under fire from the Hurricane. The multi-time Daffodil Cup winner trying to take it to the low side against the 63. Holds on to that bottom lane, keeping it steady. He's clear up into second. Rossler going to try. No. Thinks better of it. Gets real loose. Brad Allman going to get by on the inside. Now Dubois fighting with Rossler for the 4th place spot.
Rossler's got to figure that car out. That wing is clearly affecting the performance he's driving. He's having to weave that thing all over the place just to keep it straight. Hopefully the 63 gets that figured out. Right now, Ron Larson, your leader. Jeff Montgomery's trying to run him down. Brad Allman runs third. Bigger gap back to him, and this gaggle of cars here trying to battle out 4th through 6th.
Now you see Coleman falling back a little bit more from the 7D of Dubois. Under pressure now from Miller. As up front, it is still Larson and Montgomery. 5/8 vet and the Hurricane. As there is Coleman getting by Dubois. Putting the car there, keeping it there. It's all you really need to do. As there's the 12X, 33J, and the 8A, your top 3.
Yeah, those top 3 cars running away. Oh, car round again.
It's Miller once more.
Man, I wonder if when he took that bump, that might be affecting him. That's the second time we've seen the 71 go around. Now he's stalled out on the 5/8. Let's take a look here down the fence cam. Yeah, just got loose. Came around again. Caution flag comes out. See it here again. Oh, maybe he touched the wall? Did I see maybe slightly came down on the inside?
He might have, just maybe. What we do know, though, about that 71, we saw it slide over. It's going to be a bumpy ride. You bottom out over that. It's not absurd to think that might have messed with the car's setups just a little bit.
Yeah, these winged sprint cars, these super sprints, they're such, I don't want to say delicate, but there's the integral workings of how they're designed. If you maybe get one thing off, like we've seen, unfortunately, right now, with the Marty Rossler and having that wing kind of shift, if you get one thing out of place, it can really affect the performance. Looks like they'll bring it around with 19 more laps to go. Ron Larson will be your leader. And Jeff Montgomery, the Hurricane, starts on the outside. Brad Aumann starts third, and 63. Marty Rossler's doing well with that damaged wing. Green flag in the air. Good jump for Ron Larson. He'll maintain first into turn one.
The rest of the field really stacked up on that restart. Not sure what happened there, as Rossler didn't get a good jump, so to say, but he got out of the way before that real stack up happened, as we're riding along with Randy Dubois.
Oh, that's a battle for first, all right. Looks like Jeff Montgomery's trying to get all alongside Ron Larson. He might have a run down the backstretch. No, backs out of it.
Yeah, correction. That is Jeff Montgomery, the Hurricane, we're riding along with on the right side of your screen, as he is trying to chase down the number 12X of Ron Larson. Look at this car fly around the track, trying to just close the gap back to the 12X machine. Both of them real fast right now. I see Brad Aumann sort of in the middle between them and the next car, Marty Rossler. Even he is far back from these two drivers.
Oh, looks like the Hurricane's got a good run here. He's closing down. Oh, Larson gets a little squirrely. Jeff Montgomery's going to make the move on the outside. Does he clear him into turn one? They're going side by side. Montgomery taking this high line. Will go back to the full screen, and the 33J has made his move.
Yeah, putting the field on storm watch. The Hurricane to the lead as we reach the halfway point. Just pass it right here. 14 more remain for Montgomery, Larson, and Aumann, your top three.
Yeah, big gap developing between 1 and 2, and the rest of the cars running further back. Here's a good battle. The 71 James Miller and the 70 of Randy Dubois battling it out here. That's the battle, I think, for 5th currently. We'll see if the 71 of James Miller has anything for Randy Dubois. Dubois been running solidly so far in that Geico number 70.
Randy Dubois, veteran out here in competition at Evergreen Speedway, knows how sprint cars can handle on this track. It's a tough track, especially for a sprint car. These cars get fast around here, almost 2 seconds faster than our Pro Late models when they come out.
Yeah, these cars are turning, I believe, 13 and 14-second lap times, Derek. So we come back around, we've got 11 more laps to go. And there's Jeff Montgomery, the leader, to bring us to 10 more laps. 10 more laps. We've got a sprint car down the back of the 5/8 track, Derek.
That appeared to be Brad Aumann's 8A. We'll see when we come back around, but as he falls off of the top 3, that is Brad Aumann. That black and neon 8A machine, unfortunately unable to continue. He will fall out of the top 3, give that 3rd place spot to Marty Rossler.
Such a bummer for the driver from Duncan, British Columbia. The 8A has been running fast, been doing well to hold down that 3rd podium spot. Marty Rossler, again, he's running with the damaged front wing. Currently sits 3rd. We'll see if maybe Dubois or Miller can find a way to catch up to him. Right now, Miller, there's the moves. Been trying to set it up on Dubois for the last few laps, but the 71 makes it happen up into 4th. We'll see if that 71 car has any speed to run down 3rd with 7 laps to go.
A lot of time. Well, I should say it's a bit blurry, actually, with the amount of time here. 7 laps may seem like a lot, but these cars are flying around this track. Here you see Greg Middendorf about to come under threat of going a lap down to Jeff Montgomery. Middendorf not that far down the running order. He is running in 7th place.
Yeah, Jeff Montgomery might be on a mission to lap the field, Derek. He's running so fast. We've got 5 laps going. And that's the 71 car of James Miller that we're looking at right now. He's potentially the car that can run down Marty Rossler for 3rd. And there's Montgomery one more time, 4 laps to go.
Montgomery has formed quite the gap back to Ron Larson even, who's running in 2nd. So you can see how fast these laps go. Roll into the inside, not able to make it work. Montgomery nearly lost it all right there. Trying to get by Middendorf on the inside, 3 to go. He is still your race leader, though.
Yeah, that was a hairy moment for Jeff Montgomery. Might think again about trying to run down this whole field and maybe just kind of coast, bring this thing home. 2 more laps for the Hurricane before he can bring it home into victory lane.
Yeah, Cameron Neisinger, the car in front of him. Unfortunately, Neisinger getting into it early with Rossler. That's what put him back in the 6th place spot. Larson running 2nd, Rossler running 3rd. White flag in the air for the Hurricane, Jeff Montgomery.
Jeff Montgomery's going to just easily coast this thing down the backstretch one more time. Here around the 3/8, he's through turn 3 and 4, and we'll give it up for the 33J. Jeff Montgomery dominates and wins.
Ron Larson going to come home in the 2nd spot. Marty Rossler, there he is, rolling there. We will catch up with all 3 of them at the Angel of the Winds podium.
Marty, real fast, had to come back after bumping a car in front of you. What'd you have to do to pilot that car back to 3rd?
Dig down deep, man. I didn't mean to get to him. Thought I had him on the back stretch and stuff happened. So I apologize, Cameron. I didn't mean for that to happen, but you know what? When you're racing with these guys, you got to take everything you get.
Who do you want to thank tonight for helping you get out here?
I want to thank everybody. You know what? And I think if everybody just had a smile on their face, it'd change the world. So let's try making people smile and have a good thing. And I'd like to thank Pam and John Gidlin, my niece, Shauna Gentner, and my brother, and Barb Nolan.
Perfect. Thank you.
Kenny Smith and his bride, Sheila. And Roy Gidlin. There you go. We got them all.
All right, one more time. 3rd place, Marty Rossler. Ron, how good does it feel to be back out here at Evergreen Speedway?
Well, it's just good to be back racing, period. We had a pretty tough year last year there, and we went out and got her all put back together, and the car feels pretty good right now. So if I hadn't used Las Vegas's rubber here from last year, we might have had something for him. So I won't do that again. I'll put new rubber on. We used rubber tonight. So, but, you know, the way the costs are nowadays, we pretty much got to use up what we got.
Absolutely. Who do you want to thank for helping you get this car out here tonight?
Well, I got to thank my wife because it's just me and her to look after it. So we've been doing it on our own for probably 40-some years now. So, you know, between this and the Canadian NASCAR series that I used to run and all that, and we came doing this. I wish I would have started this 20 years earlier.
Absolutely. Perfect. Well, let's give it up one more time. It's the 12X. It's Ron Larson. Jeff, you had a fast car all today, started near the back, had to work through the field. What did you have to do to bring it home up in front?
Well, we struggled a bit qualifying. We tweaked on it for the heat race. We had a really good car in the heat race. Started the main event, and I had a quick car right away. I just had to be patient and race those guys clean and keep the bumper on it and get to the front. I knew I had a fast car. I just had to get there kind of thing. So once we got out in clean air, the thing was a rocket. I was super happy with it.
Couple of cautions segmented the race. What do you do when you have those later rate restarts that make you have to come back and re-rack the field?
Yeah, it's actually kind of nice because then you can usually get a couple guys on a restart. It gives you an opportunity, passing opportunity that you usually don't get. You know, once we get racing and thinned out, it's really hard to run a guy down, dirties up the air and stuff like that. So the restarts kind of help us a little bit. If you got a good car, you can make some moves on the restarts and kind of get going from there. So. But we had a good night. I want to thank Rob Layton for putting me in the car, and I want to say that too bad the 14 car couldn't run tonight because they're fast guys I would have liked to race with Aaron tonight.
Absolutely. Anyone else you want to shout out real quickly?
Just the sponsors on the car. Those guys, we wouldn't be here, and wife and friends and family down here. We're having a blast. So.
Perfect. Let's give it up one more time for your winner tonight, Jeff Montgomery.
Well, I'm afraid we've come to the end of tonight's Home Track Hero Show presented by Gene Johnson. It has been an amazing night of racing. Next time you can catch us here on Seattle 11, we'll show you the Gundy's Auto Recycling Armed Forces Night presented by Alternative Roofing, Pro Late, Street Stocks, Minis, Hornets, and Stingers. And then next time you can be out at the track, well, that will be Memorial Day weekend, a doubleheader featuring Big Rigs, Legends, Outlaws, Superstock Figure 8s, Pro 4 trucks, Northwest Bump to Pass, Demo Derbies, fireworks, the buses, more Hornets. We got great action all ahead. Thank you to our amazing production staff who helped put on the show, as well as all the in-car footage from Brandy Hood Promotions. I'm Derek Jonoff. He's Ben Iman saying farewell, and we hope to see you next time here on Seattle 11.
Thanks for watching Evergreen Speedway's Home Track Heroes on Seattle 11. Join us next week for more great racing from Evergreen Speedway.